Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel today. I trust God that God's word will change, God's word will transform and build you up again as I share God's eternal word with you today. Three basic things you should know about church. Three basic things you should know about church. Now, the first emphasis I'm going to make is to help you to understand that church is not just a physical building. Church is not just the chairs, it's not the pews. Church is the assembly of the body of Christ together. And of course, when you talk about the body of Christ, Christ himself is the head of the church. And so every time you think about the church, don't just think about a denomination. Don't just think about the name of a particular church. Yes, I know that sometimes people have negative feelings about church based on their negative experiences, but that doesn't change the reality and the place of the church on the earth. And so Christ himself, Bible says, as the husband is the head of the wife, so is Christ the head of the church. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 23. And so three basic things you need to know about church. Number one, church is not a perfect place. Listen carefully. Church is not a perfect place, but at the same time, a perfect place where the perfect God makes a perfect man. Let me say that again. That's how to sink into your spirit. This understanding changed my attitude to church, and it will change your attitude to church also. If you are going to get the best out of church, this understanding must resonate in your spirit. Church is not a perfect place, but at the same time, church is a perfect place where the perfect God makes imperfect men. There's no church on the face of the earth that is perfect in quotes. Every church you will enter, the body of Christ is in the process of perfection. Bible says he gave to the church some apostles, prophets, evangelists, teachers. It says for the perfecting of the saints. And so the process of perfecting the saints is on. And so church is not necessarily a perfect place. And so there's no church you will go to that you will not see something that you want to complain about. And so if you are the type that goes to church as a supervisor, if you are the type that's looking for faults in churches, doesn't matter the church you attend, there'll be something that will be a fault there. And so don't go to church as a supervisor. Go to church as someone that is there to also contribute to the perfecting of the body of Christ. And so the first thing you must understand from my video today is that church is not a perfect place, but at the same time, it's a perfect place where the perfect God makes imperfect men. So every time we come to church, we're not just coming to see the imperfections of men. As long as we're in the human flesh, you will see the imperfections of men. But when we come to church, we're coming to meet the God who is perfect. And in the process, as we submit ourselves to his perfections, God will begin to change us also in our imperfections. And so church is not necessarily a perfect place, but a perfect place where the perfect God makes imperfect man. So don't go to church as a supervisor. Don't go to church as someone is looking for the mistakes of others, because you will see plenty of it. Go there with the understanding there's a perfect God in the church that is making imperfect men. Number two, church is God's contact point for men on the earth. Church is God's contact point for men on the earth. Obadiah 17, it says, upon Mount Zion there shall be deliverance, there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possession. When someone is sick, they go to the hospital to meet a doctor. When someone has illiteracy problem, they go to school to meet with teachers and professors. When someone has a legal issue, they go to a court to find solution to their problem. And so the church is God's contact point to meet men at the point of their needs. Church is a contact point where God addressing the issues of our lives. Once you go with an open heart, when you go with the heart of faith, when you go with the heart that is expectant, there will always be deliverance. There will be possessions. You will come into the reality of God's purpose and plan for your life as you come with the heart of faith and an open heart into the church. Number 3, the church is a divine place where you express God's deposit in your life to become selfless and to overcome selfishness. Let me say that again. Church is a divine place where you express God's deposit in your life to overcome selfishness and to become selfless in your pursuit of life. Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, unto every one of us is grace given according to the measure of the stature of Christ. And so there's a deposit of grace in your spirit. And when you come to church with an attitude of I want to serve, in the process of serving, you become selfless. In the process of serving, you overcome selfishness. In the process of serving, you discover the purpose and the callings of God for your life. If you go to church to warm benches, you will hardly walk in purpose. And of course, there are several places you can do, act of service. But one place where your service will have eternal relevance is in the house of God, and that is in church. And so I want to encourage you, take church serious. Take going to church serious. Let it be a part of your life. Go there with the heart of humility. Go there with the heart of faith. Go there with the heart of expectation. Go there to serve. Be a blessing. Contribute to the life of others. And when you put these 3 things together, you will always get the best out of church, irrespective of the imperfections you see in church. You will always get the best in church. I want to encourage you, please share this audio with somebody, this video with somebody. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and turn on your notification. And next video is going to come a couple of days from now, and check my other videos on the channel, and I know that they will be highly inspiring, and I'm so glad to be part of your journey into destiny. I will see you in your destiny. God bless you.